It is a picture-perfect 68-degree day here at the Almond Road campus for an IHSA regional final between the John Hersey Huskies and the Warren Blue Devils. Welcome in, everybody. Nick Palazzolo back with you for the final time this season. And boy, do we have an excellent matchup to send off the Warren Blue Devil Network. Blue Devils and Huskies, a battle of the aces here at the Almond campus. Adam Behrens is getting the start for Warren, and Keegan Luxem gets the ball for the Huskies. This is a great matchup on paper. Both offenses are scrappy. They will apply pressure to the defense. Both pitching staffs have been effective this season. Warren took down Highland Park 2-0, and Hersey took down Rolling Meadows on Thursday 8-1. We'll get you back for baseball and starting lineups coming up next. It's the IHSA Regional Final right here on the Blue Devil Radio Network. Welcome back, everybody. Nick Palazzolo with you, just about set for baseball here at the Allman campus. Blue Devils are the higher seed and also the hosting school, so they will be the home team. Lining up like this defensively: Beardman, Badgley, and Gonzalez left to right in the outfield. Haka, Schills, Font, and Schmidt third to first around the infield. Senior Beck Kelberg is doing the catching for today's starting pitcher, Adam Behrens. More on him in a second, but Behrens will be facing this Husky starting lineup: Cave, Hickey, and Meister, first three men out of the dugout, followed by Flom, Phillips, and Denton in the middle. The pitcher Luxem hits seventh, followed by Barnard and Gruberski. We're just about set for baseball. Behrens coming into today's contest, he is 7-1 in 11 games started in 51 innings, pitching to a 2.33 ERA, 69 strikeouts with 22 walks, 5 hit by pitches, has only allowed 21 runs in those 51 innings. As we are just about underway for baseball.
Words in all of sports. Play ball.
So we are just about underway.
Center fielder, number 8, Connor K.
So Randy Wood had got the assignment calling balls and strikes. Dwayne Fountain is over at first base. Ed Halvey worked the plate on Thursday. He will be at third base today. Behrens working out of the stretch, kicks and fires. Curveball in there for a called strike. Behrens typically works out of the windup, but his first pitch came out of the stretch. He goes back to the windup now. The 0-1 to the batter, Cave. Grounder up the middle, fielded by Schills, and then deflects off Schills and goes into center field. So Cave is aboard on an E6 as Schills just started tracking that ball into center field and just never seemed to get a good handle on that. He kept backing up and trying to guess which hop to take. So Cave is aboard with the E6. In steps Will Hickey. Hickey playing second base. He squares the bunt, pops it up over near the first base coach's box, and that'll get foul. Hickey coming into today batting .400. He is 44 for 110 on the season. Huskies as a team are batting .337. Blue Devils coming into today's contest only batting .315. Behrens' delivery after he shows around a bunt misses upstairs for a ball, so that'll even us up at 1 ball and 1 strike. Behrens working onto the stretch. Look at Cave at first base. Kicks and fires. Curveball misses upstairs for a ball. Just couldn't get that curveball to bite low enough. Hersey right now is a very chippy team. So Behrens working out the 2-1. Fastball, slow roller to the second baseman. Font, his only play is at first, so he will throw on to first in time and record the out. So that'll go 4-3 for out number 1, and Cave is at second base with just 1 away. So in steps Chuck Meister, batting .379 on the season. Meister leads all Huskies with 11 doubles. Haka is the third baseman for the Blue Devils, playing in on the cutout. Schills holding Cave at second base. Outfield playing Meister to the opposite field as Behrens delivers an excellent curveball in there, swung on and missed for a strike. So Meister in the hole, no balls and a strike. Inside move to second base, no throw though. So no balls and a strike on the 3-hitter Chuck Meister. Behrens kicks and fires, and that one is fouled all the way back to the net. So Meister's now ahead in the count, behind in the count rather, no balls and 2 strikes. Meister has left 50 runners on base. He has a .444 on base percentage. So Barons gets ready to work with the no ball and 2 strike count on Meister. Long look at Cave at second base. Another look, and he kicks and fires. The 0-2 fastball misses upstairs. Don't want to give Meister, especially with his offensive prowess, anything good to hit, especially when you're ahead in the count. Now 1-2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The 1-2 from Barons, grounded up the middle. He freezes the runner, Cave, in between. He's running right at him. He makes a decision, head towards third. Cave tag by Hakas at third base. An excellent defensive play by Adam Barons. Grounder right up the middle. Cave froze right about where the shortstop Shills was playing. And then Barons made a decision. You could have not played that any better. So Meister is aboard, but Cave is tagged out. And that is a huge second out. So instead of a runner on third base and 2 outs, there is only a runner on first with 2 outs. As in steps Brandon Flom, spelled P-L-O-M-M. Flom hitting .419, which is the high water mark in the Husky lineup today. With 2 outs, Barons once again working out of the stretch. The 1-0, runner takes off, throw to second base, goes into center field. Nice job by Badgley as that ball just kind of sailed on the catcher Keldberg, as he didn't really get on top of that one. So Meister is into second base with the stolen base, as Flom is ahead in the count, 2 balls and a strike. As he lines one into center field, Badgley is over into right center, and that's going to get down. So Meister around third, and he will score. So the Huskies draw first blood here in the first inning, as Brandon Flom singles home the Huskies' first run with 2 outs here in the first. So 1 run in, 2 outs as the batter Drew Phillips squares around to bunt, but he pulls back instead. Phillips hitting .344 on the season, as he lines one into center field. This will be a base hit. So back-to-back base knocks for the Huskies. And that is 3 straight Huskies to reach with 2 outs.
Number 11, David Denton.
So in steps the left-handed hitting David Denton. Blue Devils trail early. Trailing has and miraculous comeback has been something of a part of this Blue Devil season. As Barons delivers the 0-0 delivery to Denton in there for a called strike. Pickoff move to second base is not in time. Close play. Nice job by Shills to be there and apply the tag. Barons threw that in the perfect spot, right about 4 inches off the ground, right at second base. So no balls and a strike on the batter Denton, as there is a fastball that misses downstairs. So that'll even us up at 1 ball and 1 strike. The 1-1 curveball, check swing, doesn't matter, called strike 2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes on the designated hitter Denton. Fastball misses outside for a ball. So the count will run even at 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs and 2 men on. Now the delivery from number 22, the 2-2. Curveball runs inside, and that'll hit Denton. So now the bases are loaded for the pitcher, Keegan Luxem, as that curveball just got too much of the inside. Jaquez, the third baseman, now jogs over to the mound, but Barron's telling Jaquez that he is good. So the bases are loaded with 2 outs. And in steps the pitcher, Keegan Luxem, batting .260 on the season as he grounds this one slowly foul up the third baseline. Luxem, 19 of 73 on the season. As he asked time has been granted. So no balls and a strike. Fastball, nice stop by the catcher, Keldberg. So the count is even at a ball and a strike. Bases are loaded with 2 out. Here in the top half of the first inning, the 1-1 curveball flied into right field. Gonzalez back on it. Back some more, and he will make the catch. Huskies score first. We'll go to the home half of the first inning. You're listening to the Blue Devil Radio Network. Welcome back. Bottom half of the first inning. Blue Devils trail by a run. It'll be Badgley, Barons, and Shills to face the tall right-handed pitcher, Keegan Luxem. As the third baseman, Graberski, plays in on the grass as Luxem's first delivery to Badgley is in there for a strike. Flom, Cave, and Phillips left to right in the outfield. Graberski, Meister, Hickey, and Nagel is third to first around the infield as Barnard, does the catching, and the 1-1 to Badgley misses outside. So Badgley had in the count 2 balls and 1 strike. Luxem working out of the windup as Badgley grounds one to the second baseman, Hickey. That's in and out of his glove, but he will throw on to first in time, so score that 4-3 for out number 1.
Hit back the pitcher, number 22, Adam Barons.
So in will step Adam Barons for the first time today. Barons batting .289 coming into today's contest. The whole Blue Devil lineup I will get to you just after this pitch as the 0-0 delivery misses inside. So it's Badgley, Barons, and Shills due up here in the first inning, followed by Larson, Font, and Schmidt in the middle. Keldberg, Jaquez, and Beardman round out the order for Coach Smo. So 2 balls and no strikes. That pitch misses downstairs. So Barron's ahead in the count 3-0. Already looks down to Clint Smothers in the third base coaching box. He gives him a fist. That means an automatic take situation. So the 3-0 from Luxem is right down the middle for a called strike. So 3 balls and a strike on the batter, Barron's. That misses ball 4. So Barron's is aboard and the Blue Devils' first base runner today.
Now hitting the shortstop, number 21, Adam Shills.
As Barron's is jogging off first base, expecting a courtesy runner, but Clint Smothers tells them they are not going to use a courtesy runner. So Barron's is aboard. And why would you use a courtesy runner? Adam Barron's has stolen 10 bags and been caught only once, so in steps the left-handed hitter Shills. Curveball misses downstairs. Nice stop by the catcher Barnard. The 1-0 to Shills in there for a called strike. Shilzy coming into this contest hitting .395 with a .489 on-base percentage. Leads the Blue Devils in doubles and triples. So 1-1 to Shills. Curveball, high pop-up, shallow left field on the line. Flom over, and he will make the catch. So Shills pops out foul on an elevated curveball for out number 2.
Number 28, Evan Larson.
So in steps Evan Larson, who had the only offense for the Blue Devils on Wednesday early evening. A 2-run single was the only scoring the Blue Devils needed. As there is a excellent curveball, and Larson is just way out in front of that one. So no ball and 1 strike. Barron's, the pitcher, is the runner on first. The 0-1 delivery misses off the plate. Ball 1. Larson hitting cleanup today as the designated hitter for the right fielder, Jacob Gonzalez. So the 1-1 delivery, another off-speed pitch. That misses low. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Standing room only here at the Allman campus. Pretty much all of the seats and parking spots are taken as Larson cue balls 1 to the first baseman, Nagel, and he will just field it and throw on, or just field it and step on first base for out number 3. We'll go to the second. You're listening to the Blue Devil Radio Network. Welcome back. Top half of the second inning. Brick Bernard to get us started, the left-handed hitting catcher, followed by Groberski, and then the top of the order. as Barron's first delivery is a fastball fouled on over near the Blue Devils' third base dugout. So Bernard behind in the count, no balls and a strike, as he is swung at the first two pitches he's seen from Barron's. So no balls and 2 strikes as Bernard calls time. So the 0-2, Barron's out of the windup, kicks in, fires, curveball, backdoors it, doesn't come and hit the plate. So 1 ball and 2 strikes on the batter Bernard, as Bernard calls time once again. Barron's working out of the windup, kicks and fires, fastball, overcooks that one as that one goes all the way to the backstop. So the count is now even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. As Hersey definitely has all of the motivation in their dugout right now, as the 2-2 is swung on and missed at an elevated curveball for strike 3. Bernard goes down swinging, and a huge first out for Barron's here in the second inning. So in steps Aiden Groberski, playing at third base today, as as that fastball runs in to hit him, but he got a piece of that one and fouled it off of his bat. So no balls and a strike on Groberski as he swings and misses at another curveball for strike 2. Barron's ahead in the count, no balls and 2 strikes, likes the first sign from Kaldberg, kicks and fires, swing and a miss, strike 3! Another curveball and back-to-back tickets punched for Barron's and 2 quick outs for the Blue Devils. So in steps Connor Cave. Cave reached on an E6 to lead off the contest here today. And the first delivery from Barron's, fastball swung on and fouled over the third base dugout. As I mentioned, standing room only here at the Allman campus. The best crowd on hand this season. The 0-1 to Cave, runs inside, does not hit him. Randy Wood's not having any of it. As Cave tried to sell that one and convince Randy Wood that it hit him. The amount of high schoolers that do that to umpires is amazing. That's why he's like, oh, it hit me. Well, no, it didn't. I'm watching. Get in the box and hit. The 1-1 from Barron's, curveball in there, called strike 2 right at the belt on the outer third. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Barron's working onto the windup, shakes the first sign, likes the second one. Kicks and fires. The 1-2, little golfed into left center field. Badgley over, and he will make the catch. So a 1-2-3 top half of the second inning. We'll head to the home half. You're listening to Blue Devil Baseball right here on the Blue Devil Radio Network. Home half of the second inning, Blue Devils trail by a run. It will be Font, Schmidt, and Keldberg, 5, 6, and 7 due up as Luxem enters his second inning of work as that curveball misses upstairs for a ball. Luxem coming into today's contest is 2-1 as Font asks for time as Luxem is trying to work quickly here. As Font fouls that one over the first base dugout. As I mentioned, Luxem is 2-1 with a 2.50 earned run average. As a little check swing, grounder to the second baseman, Hickey by Font. And Hickey will throw on to first base in time. So that'll go 4-3 for out number 1.
Sam Schmidt.
Luxem is the number 1 starter at Hersey, 47 2/3 innings to his name, 54 strikeouts to only 6 walks. So in steps the batter Sam Schmidt. Schmidt having a very underrated season, batting .338 as he cue balls 1 foul, so he'll behind in the count. No balls and 2 strikes. So the 0-2 check swing, did he go? Base umpire Ed Halvey says yes, so Schmidt is down on strikes. And Clint Smothers walks over to Halvey and tells him that he did not swing. They practically have the same angle. So in steps Keldberg with 2 away here in the bottom half of the second inning. Blue Devils still looking for their first hit of the contest. As the 0-0 delivery is a fastball in there for a called strike. The 0-1 to Keldberg is flied into center field. The center fielder, Cave, doesn't have to move for it. He will make the catch, so the Blue Devils go 3 up, 3 down. We'll head to the third. You're listening to the Blue Devil Radio Network. Top half of the third inning, Blue Devils trail by a run. It'll be Hickey, Meister, and Flom, 2-3-4 due up. As Barron's first pitch misses downstairs for a ball. Barron's needed 35 pitches to get through the first 2 frames. As he starts his third, as there's a weak grounder fielded by the third baseman, Jaquez on the run. Throw on to first in time. Excellent defensive play by Albert Jaquez to retire Hickey for a huge first out here in the third inning.
At bat number 5, Chuck Meister.
Jaquez has had an up and down last 3 seasons at the varsity level in terms of defense. His defense has had him taken out of the lineup a couple times here, couple times there. But overall this season, it has been pretty solid, a major improvement from when I played with Jaquez 2 seasons ago in 2021. So Meister fouls off his first pitch. The 0-1 delivery from Behrens is another curveball. That misses downstairs for a ball. So that'll even us up at 1 ball and no strikes. The 1-1 delivery from Behrens working out of the windup. The 1-1 chopper foul up the third baseline over near the Blue Devil bullpen. Blue Devils wearing the home white uniforms with gold sleeves, blue numbers on the back and front, and gold devils across the chest. Hersey wearing orange uniforms with white pants and what looks to be gray numbers and gray lettering across the front. As the 1-2 is swung on and missed, strike 3. Meister goes down swinging on an excellent curveball for out number 2.
Hit bat number 17, Brandon Flom.
So in steps Flom, who singled home this game's only run in the top half of the first inning. Huskies have 2 hits. Blue Devils are looking for their first one, as Flom's first flail at that one was a strike. So no balls and a strike. Behrens' slider misses the zone, but Flom still swings at it. No balls and 2 strikes. Behrens working quickly here today. Both Flom and the pitcher for Hersey, Luxem, working fast. The 0-2 delivery, elevated curveball. But Flom just got enough of that one to foul that one straight back. So no balls and 2 strikes on the batter Flom. Behrens with his baby blue glove kicks and fires the 0-2. Fastball popped up, but that'll get out of play. So no balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs. The 0-2 once again to Flom. Fastball misses outside. And pretty well outside. Behrens has got a lot of family in attendance. The 1-2 to Flom. Curveball fouls and hits Flom in the box. As he fouls that one somewhere off the lower half, and it came up and hit him. Yeah, the Behrens family is heavily represented here at the Allman campus, watching Behrens in what could end up being his last high school start. I hope it's not. The 1-2, fastball misses downstairs as he spiked that one. So Meister was down in the count. No balls and 2 strikes. Is now even things up at 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs. First 2 men went down quickly. The 2-2 from Behrens. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Another 1-2-3 inning from Adam Behrens. We'll go to the 3rd inning. Blue Devils trail by a run. You're listening to Blue Devil Baseball right here on the Blue Devil Radio Network. Welcome back. Bottom half of the 3rd inning. Nick Palazzolo with you in a 1-run contest. Blue Devils trail 1-0 as Luxem's first delivery to Jaquez misses outside. Interesting that Coach Clint Smothers gives Jaquez the take sign on a 1-0 count as the 1-0 fastball middle in there for a called strike one. So it'll be Jaquez, Beardman, and Badgley. So 8-9-1 scheduled. As the 1-1 to Jaquez, another fastball right in there for a strike. So Jaquez quickly behind in the count. No balls in, 2 strikes. Luxem working out of the windup, kicks and fires. Misses downstairs for a ball. As Tommy Beardman waits patiently for his next opportunity on deck is the 2-2. Curveball, slow roller, left side of the mound. Third baseman Graberski got it. Throw on to first is not in time. That ball's going all the way to the fence. Jaquez from short right field after he hits first is heading towards second base. So Albert Jaquez is aboard with a base knock. And then a throwing error by Graberski. Not exactly the prettiest of swings from Jaquez.
Fielder number 17, Thomas Beardman.
As we're going to have a pinch runner at first base for Jaquez, Kyle Carpenter will take over for Jaquez at second base.
Running for the Blue Devils at second base, number 11, Kyle Carpenter.
So that'll go as an E5, score that a base hit and an E5 on the throw, allowing Jaquez to get to second base. So Carpenter now with elite track level speed at second base. Coach Smo knowing he needs a run. As Beardman squares around to bunt, he offers on a curveball. Beardman has not had the best offensive season, hitting just above the Mendoza line, but looking for him to get right on. Looking for him to get back on track as Beardman asks for time. Time is granted, looks at the sign, another sack bunt coming. Beardman squares around to bunt in. It's a beauty up the first base line. Beardman on to first base as Luxem fields and fires over. So mark that a sacrifice, and Tommy Beardman does a job. So Carpenter is now at third base with only one out, and the dugout will go and pick up Beardman. And you gotta wonder what a sacrifice bunt can do for Beardman, who has struggled here significantly offensively as of late, but to be able to get down a sacrifice and help your team potentially score this, tie this ball game. So Carpenter, the runner on third. In steps Charlie Badgley. Graberski, the third baseman, playing well in on the grass, thinking about a potential bunt situation once again. So no balls in, a strike on Badgley as that 0-1 delivery misses outside. Graberski has backed off a tad after 2 pitches have been thrown, but still playing in on the grass. The 1-1 delivery is in there for a called strike on a curveball. So Badgley will go to work with 2 strikes with Adam Behrens on deck. The 1-2 with 1 out as Badgley pops this one up foul, and that'll reach all the way to the parking lot. So the 1-2 from Luxem to Badgley. Curveball misses well below the zone as Hersey, some of the parents thought they had strike 3. A home plate umpire, the veteran umpire, and collegiate umpire disagreed. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Badgley. Misses downstairs for a ball. The count is now full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Wonder if Coach Smo will bust out his wheel play, or if Badgley is able to walk. He hits first and heads for second. The 3-2 from Luxem is fouled back, and an excellent at-bat from Charlie Badgley, driving up that pitch count. as Luxem is on the mound and now asks for a new baseball. He didn't like the other one. Randy would do a little expect it, and then he's probably thinking there's nothing wrong with this baseball. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. Luxem to the batter, Badgley. The 3-2 curveball in there, called strike 3. Badgley threw his bat thinking he had ball 4, so Badgley goes down looking. And a huge second out as Badgley walks away in frustration. He had that curveball inside, but to me, it looked to be right on the plate. So in steps Adam Behrens with 2 outs and a runner on third. The first pitch is a high chopper to the second baseman, Hickey, and that goes under him. 1 run will come in to score, and that's Carpenter. So Adam Behrens is able to put the ball in play, and the Blue Devils are now tied 1-1 here in the 3rd inning.
Now batting number 21, Adam Schills.
So Behrens will reach on what will be an E4, and KT Brown will take over for Behrens as the courtesy runner at first base.
For the Blue Devils at first base, number 4, KT Brown.
So KT Brown takes over for the pitcher Behrens, who reaches on an error, so we are all tied up at 1. So in will step Schills, who foul popped out to the left fielder Flom his last time up, as that 0-0 delivery is a curveball that is spiked for a ball. So 1 ball and no strikes. Brown takes off as Schills hits this a high towering pop-up into center field. Cave back on it, back some more near the wall, and he will make the catch. So the Blue Devils tie this ball game up at 1. We'll go to the 4th inning. You're listening to the Blue Devil Radio Network.
Number 4, Drew Phillips.
Welcome back. Top half of the 4th inning in a tied ball game. 1-1 is our score. Behrens has sent down 7 straight Huskies in a row. It'll be 5, 6, and 7 scheduled. Phillips, Denton, and the pitcher Luxem. The 0-0 to Phillips is popped up into deep right field. Gonzalez back on it, twisting and turning, and he will make the catch. So 1 pitch and 1 out for Behrens as Gonzalez is over to make the catch.
Now batting number 11, David Denton.
So 1 pitch and 1 out for Behrens. So in steps the designated hitter Denton, who is hitting for the first baseman Nagel today. The 0-0 delivery, fastball in there for a called strike. So no balls and a strike. Behrens kicks and fires. Misses downstairs. Barron's last playoff appearance came in the sectional semifinal last year, in which he threw 9 innings at Stevenson High School against Fremd, as Denton fouls that one back. Barron's threw 9 shutout innings. Usually in high school, if he throws 9 shutout innings, you're probably winning that game, as there's a slow grounder to the second baseman, Font. He gathers and fires on to first base in time. So Denton is retired 4-3 for out number 2.
Keegan Luxem.
So in steps the pitcher, Keegan Luxem, who flied out to Gonzalez in right field with the bases loaded in the first inning. Good to see some of the former administration here at Warren Township High School. I saw Dean Shea walking around earlier, as there's a ground ball to the shortstop, and deep shortstop Shills. He'll throw on to first base, but that throw will get to the fence, but the pitcher Luxem will not advance, as we will get a courtesy runner. It appears to be number 9.
Now running for the Huskies.
So that'll be Jeremy Allen.
Jeremy Allen.
So Luxem reaches. We'll give him a single. I'm going to give him a single on that one, because I don't think Shilsey really had a play at shortstop regardless. Or at first base. I think he beats the throw anyway. So with 2 outs, Allen is the runner on first base, and in steps Bernard, who punched out swinging his last time up, and he throws, and Bez Barons throws a slider right through the zone in there for a strike. Good to see former athletic director Becky Belmont also in attendance. Pick off and check on Allen at first base is not in time. Probably one of the best crowds I've ever seen here at the Allman campus is the 0-1 as a pitch out, as they knew, as the Blue Devils had an inkling that Allen was going to take off. They call the pitch out, but Kelberg can't handle it, as the runner Allen did not take off. So Allen takes off this time, swing and misses. Tag, not in time. So Allen is into second base with a stolen base, as Keldberg pretty much had to catch that one and fire from his knees. So the count is 1 ball and 2 strikes on the catcher Bernard. The 1-2 delivery. Barons kicks and fires. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Tag applied. Bernard goes down swinging for the second time today. We'll go to the home half of the 4th inning. You're listening to the Blue Devil Radio Network.
Now batting for the Blue Devils. Number 28,
Bottom half of
Kevin
the
Larson.
fourth inning. Larson, Font, and Schmidt scheduled. Larson grounded out 3 unassisted to Nagler his last time up. As this first pitch he sees from Luxem is a fastball in there for a called strike. Seems like the Blue Devils are trying to drive up this pitch count, taking until they get a strike. The 0-1 delivery, fastball, that misses pretty badly outside. Larson, about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, as he had a little jam shot foul, had a 2-home run contest against Oconomowoc up in Wisconsin. Home of the Milwaukee Milkmen, I think, up there in Lake County, Wisconsin. The 1-2 delivery swung on and missed, strike 3. So Larson goes down swinging for out number 1.
At bat, number 6, Tony Font.
So in steps Font, who grounded out to the second baseman Hickey his last time up. As that pitch misses upstairs for a ball. Font good enough this season with the .404 batting average to make the North Suburban Conference all-conference team. As the 1-0 delivery is a breaking ball in there for a called strike. The 1-1 delivery misses downstairs for a ball. As the Blue Devil dugout is finally finding their voice this season. The 2-1 delivery misses downstairs, so Font ahead in the count. 3 balls and a strike. So the 3-1 from Luxem, pitch number 51. The 3-1 is popped up, shallow left field. Flom, Meister, and Graberski all over. Flom calls off as Meister bails, as Flom has to leave his feet, but he will make the catch. So Font is retired for out number 2. Not the kind of swing you'd like to see on 3-1 in a tie ball game. But an out nonetheless. So in steps Schmitty, struck out swinging on a check swing his last time up. He pops this one foul, as that'll get all the way out of play. It'll reach the parking lot as it has narrowly avoided 3 cars and as it bumps up next to a Chevy Equinox. As the 0-1 delivery, Schmidt swings over the top of that one for a strike. So no balls and 2 strikes. Luxem working out of the windup, kicks and fires. Curveball, backdoors it, does not get there. So the 1-2 from Luxem to Schmidt misses outside and well outside. So 2 balls and 2 strikes on the batter, Sammy Schmidt. Schmidt is going to Iowa State next fall. The 2-2 check swing. Did he go? No. Almost a repeat, as Clint Smothers will will tell Ed Halvey at third base that he made a good call that time. As an umpire, we never hear about the good calls we make. We only hear about the bad ones. The 3-2 to Schmidt misses outside, ball 4, so Schmidt is aboard with a walk. With 2 outs here in the bottom half of the 4th inning. As Smothers comes all the way from the third base coaching box to the on-deck circle right in front of the Blue Devils dugout, and has a conference with catcher Beck Keldberg. So Schmidt, the runner on first base, has stolen only 1 base. No, I scratched that. 7 bases. Has been got twice. He takes up as Keldberg squares around to bunt, and he pulls back as Schmidt is into second base with a stolen base. So just a little bunt pull back from Keldberg in order to get Schmidt into scoring position. as Randy Wood is calling that a foul tip into the catcher's glove, saying Keldberg made contact in it. So instead of 1 ball and no strikes, that'll be no balls and a strike. The 0-1 delivery, curveball, backdoors it, doesn't come through that back door. So Randy Wood goes over, takes a couple steps to talk with the Hersey coaching staff, because most people don't realize that if a batter fouls a ball into the catcher's glove, it is still a live ball. One of the misconceptions. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Schmidt the runner on second, Keldberg the batter. The 1-2 delivery. Schmidt takes off for third base as Keldberg swings and fouls that one, as that one gets over the big GMC Denali over there. It's a pretty big vehicle to be parked that close. But hey, your car. The 1-2 to Keldberg is lined into right field. That's a fair ball. Schmidt hits third, and he's coming in to score. Beck Keldberg, an RBI single. Blue Devils lead 2-1. Keldberg comes through once again with a huge RBI single. That ball is not going to break an exit velocity record. So Jaquez is going to re-enter and come in to hit. That means Carpenter's day is over, as there is a courtesy runner for Keldberg at first base, Camden Meno, as Jaquez's first pitch misses outside for a ball. As the Blue Devil dugout is starting to match the chippiness of Hersey High School. Hersey located in Arlington Heights. As the 1-0 delivery misses in the dirt for a ball. As it looks like Charlie Badgley is leading the charge there in the dugout. Good old Chucky Badge. The 2-0 to Jaquez. Elevated heater swung on and missed, and Coach Smothers is voicing his displeasure with that swing. 2-0, he throws you an elevated heater, and you swing and miss at that one. Not exactly what you want to do. So the 2-1 to Jaquez is fastball, elevated heater once again, but fouled straight back. So Jaquez probably would be on first base if he hadn't swung at the last 2 pitches, but he has. So the count is 2 balls and 2 strikes. As the pitcher lugs him, steps off the backside of the rubber. The 2-2 to Jaquez, another elevated heater, fouled straight back. Well to go to work with 2 strikes. Jaquez coming into this contest with a team lead 27 strikeouts and 70 at-bats. I don't need to tell you that math is bad. The 2-2 swung on and missed as Jaquez throws his bat in disgust, but the Blue Devils tie up this contest. After 4, we'll go to the away half of the 5th inning. You're listening to the Blue Devil Radio Network. Welcome back. Top half of the fifth inning. Blue Devils have a 2-1 lead, courtesy of Beck Keldberg, as Barons takes the mound for his fifth inning of work, and delivery number 60 misses for a ball. As 61 is in there for a called strike. It'll be Graberski and then the top of the order due up. So Graberski followed by Cave and Hickey. The 1-1 from Barons. Slider misses downstairs for a ball. This is a game as a pitcher where you got to be mentally strong. Can't put any stock into what the other dugout is saying. As the 2-1 delivery misses, it is now 3-1. So 3 balls and a strike on the 9-hitter Graberski. Fastball in there for a called strike. Graberski started to walk towards first base, but now gets and steps back into the batter's box. So Barons has Graberski at a full count. The 3-2 kicks and fires. Curveball fouled straight back. So Graberski putting together a quality at bat. The 3-2 from Barons. Curveball fouled off. Just able to get a piece of that one. And boy, did he ever get the slightest bit of that one. So 3 balls and 2 strikes to Graberski. The 3-2 grounded to the shortstop Shills. Fielded in the deep shortstop hole. Throw on to first in time. Scored that one 6-3 for out number 1. And that'll bring us to the top of the order where Connor Cave will step in.
The center fielder, number 8, Connor Cave.
Cave will step in. 0 for 2 today. Reached on an error and flew out to the center fielder Badgley his last time up. As he squares around to bunt, as Barons throws that fastball, and Cave is, as that pitch runs in and hits him.
Number 19, Will Hickey.
So Cave is aboard with a hit by pitch as he tried to square around a bunt, and then that fastball just ran in and hit him. So in steps Will Hickey, who was grounded out twice. Barons long pause in the stretch, check on the runner Cave at first base, but not in time. Another check on him is still not in time. Don't want him to get too big of a jump in a potential sacrifice bunt situation. As Hickey does not square to bunt as he fires that one in there for a strike. So no balls on it and a strike with 1 out here in the top half of the 5th inning as that one is chopped foul up the third baseline. So no balls and 2 strikes. Cave the runner on first, Hickey the batter. The 0-2 from Barons, kicks and fires, misses outside, back pick to first base, not in time. That ball gets into right field. So Cave will head towards second base, and he will get there via the E2 by Beck Keldberg, and that'll go as a throwing error as that back pick to first base went all the way into right field. So a big pitch coming up from Barons to Hickey. 1-2 with 1 out. The 1-2, check swing, foul. As that'll go ahead and get out of play. So a runner on second is Cave. He was hit by a pitch and advanced to second on a throwing error by the catcher. Hickey down in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. The 1-2 from Barons. He kicks and fires. Popped up on the right side. Schmidt going back on it into foul territory. He will make the catch. Cave will not tag. So Hickey fouls out to the third baseman for out number 2. So in steps Chuck Meister. Meister is 0 for 2 today. Went down swinging his last time up as he lines one into center field. Badgley over, and he will make the catch. So they put a man on second base but cannot get him in. We'll head to the home half of the 5th inning. Blue Devils lead 2-1. You're listening to Blue Devil Baseball right here on the Blue Devil Radio Network. (9-1-2) scheduled for the Blue Devils. Bottom half of the 5th inning, as it'll be Beardman, Badgley, and Barons. As Beardman sacrificed his at-bat in the 3rd inning, able to get Carpenter into scoring position. As he takes a called strike, as the 0-1 delivery is upstairs, so the count is now 1 ball and 1 strike. The 1-1 from Luxem in there for a called strike 2. And the 1-2 to Beardman. Fastball, called strike 3. Beardman shakes his head.
Batting at the top of the order, the center fielder, number 8, Charlie Badgley.
So Beardman goes down looking for out number 1. Back to the top of the order, Charlie Badgley, 0 for 2 today. As the first delivery from Luxem is a 55-foot fastball that caroms and goes all the way back to the mound right off of the catcher, Bernard. So 1 ball and no strikes on the leadoff man, Charlie Badgley. The 1-0 is grounded foul up the first base line. So 1 ball and 1 strike on the leadoff man. Charlie Badgley came into today's contest leading the team in 42 runs scored, 130 plate appearances to his name. As the 1-1 is a curveball that is spiked as the Blue Devil dugout keeps repeatedly chanting lower. As Badgley, the 2-1, he has liftoff. As that one will reach the parking lot and carom like a pinball in between some cars. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Badgley pops this one up. Foul. A good at bat from Badgley so far, as that one actually got the windshield of a car. So the 2-2 to Badgley. Curveball misses downstairs for a ball. Hersey thought they had strike 3. Randy Wood disagreed. Randy Wood been around a long time as umpire JUCO and Division III baseball as well, so a high school regional game isn't exactly new to him. So the 3-2 to Badgley. Badgley fouls that one off his inside part of his knee as Badgley is going to walk that one off. Initially in some pain as he's down in a crouch as he got that one, and he keeps rubbing out that inside part of his front right leg as a left-handed hitter. So Badgley seems okay, steps in the box. The 3-2, misses downstairs, ball 4. Badgley, a quality at bat to draw a walk. So in will step the pitcher, Adam Behrens.
The pitcher, number 22, Adam Behrens.
So in steps Behrens, who has walked and reached on an E4. Badgley always a threat to go at first base. One out here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. As the pitcher Luxem will just step off. Behrens gets ready to go back to work. He squares around to Bunny, gets it down third base side. Badgley's into second. Throw on to first base is not in time. The throw pulls off Nagler off the bag. Great call by first base umpire Dwayne Fountain, and in steps the Hersey umpire, or in steps the Hersey coach, rather. He's coming out to have a conversation with first base umpire Dwayne Fountain, but it seemed to me that he has him off the bag, so he will now conference with plate umpire Randy Wood to see if he had anything different than what he had. My feeling on this one is the call will stand, as the throw did take Nagler off the bag. As the call does indeed stand.
For the Blue Devils at first base, number 4, KT Brown.
So Badgley is into second base. Behrens is aboard. The question there did the first baseman Nagler catch the ball and then fall off the base, or did he fall off the base and then catch the ball? Not exactly an easy thing to decipher as an umpire in the moment. As that pitch is a fastball outside, that is a called strike to the batter Adam Schills. With one out, pickoff move to second base is not in time to check on Badgley. So Schilzy steps in as inside move. Badgley takes off, has now got himself caught in a rundown between second and third. As Badgley is caught stealing, score that one 1-6-5-6. As Badgley is caught stealing for second out as Luxem pulls an inside move. So instead of first and second with one out, runner on first with 2 outs, KT Brown took over for the pitcher Adam Behrens at first base. So no balls and a strike on the batter Schills as he pops this one up foul. Parking lot has been the target of many foul balls today. First time we've really seen that all season. So no balls and 2 strikes on the left-handed power hitter Schills. The 0-2 is lined into left field. The left fielder Flom, he lays out, but that'll roll all the way to the wall. Brown hits third. He will score. He loses his helmet, and Adam Schills with an RBI double. Blue Devils lead 3-1 here in the 5th inning.
Now heading the designated hitter, number 28, Evan Larson.
A huge 2-out RBI double from Adam Schills. That his RBI number 34 and double number 13 on the season. Blue Devils extend their lead 3-1 here in the home half of the 5th inning. As in steps Evan Larson, he's 0 for 2 today with a strikeout and a ground out to first. His first pitch he sees from Luxem is a curveball in there for a strike. That is pitch number 85 for Luxem today through 4 2/3. As Larson asks for time, time is granted. He will step out. No balls and a strike as Larson swings through that one. As Schill's got a little too far off of second base, but able to scamper back in time. So Larson behind in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. The 0-2 from Luxem. Misses downstairs for a ball. Fastball misses low and away. So 1 ball and 2 strikes on the junior Evan Larson. The 1-2 from Luxem. Curveball swung on and missed, strike 3. But not before the Blue Devils add a run. We'll go to the 6th inning. Blue Devils lead 3-1.
Huskies 1.
Welcome back. Top half of the 6th inning at a jam-packed Allman campus for the IHSA Regional Final between Hersey and Warren. Nick Palazzola with you. Top half of the 6th inning. Barron's still working as he's got Brandon Flom, the left fielder, ahead in the count, or behind in the count. No balls and 2 strikes. The 0-2 from Adam Barons. Little pause in his windup. The 0-2 grounded to the first base side. Barons will just try to, as now we will chase him as there is a tag and he is out. As Barons tried to tag him, as Adam Barons didn't even go to first base for the tag. As Clint Smothers is now coming running out of the dugout as Barron. So what happened is there was a ground ball to the first base side of the mound as Barron's just met Flom right in the base path and went to tag him. Plate umpire Randy Wood did not have a tag. As all Adam Barons is doing, and now Dwayne Fountain and Randy Wood, the plate and first base umpire, are now chatting about this one. As all Barons needed to do was go to first base, and now the Hersey dugout is clapping. As what a mess that would be. As the plate umpire And now Clint Smothers is arguing about the baseline because now he is pointing, and Clint Smothers is to the point where he might get himself tossed.
At first base was number 17, Brandon Flom.
So Smothers is getting into a heated argument with plate umpire Randy Wood, arguing about the base path, thinking that Flom went out of the base path. And Smothers might get himself run out of this contest right now, and now he's going to base umpire Dwayne Fountain, as Smothers will likely get himself tossed. And as now the Hersey parents are now telling Coach Smothers to go back to his dugout and let the kids play, as Smothers seems content with what he sees, as Smothers will walk back to the first base dugout.
Now batting, the right fielder, number 4, Drew Phillips.
So instead of having a quick out, Flom somehow reaches after dodging the tag at first base. Hopefully that doesn't come back to bite the Blue Devils. So instead of one out and nobody on, a runner on first with nobody out. The 0-0 delivery as Phillips squares around to bunt as there is a called strike, as Clint Smothers is still very heated in the dugout as he is pacing in front of the third base dugout. No balls and a strike. Barons kicks, grounds one to the drawn in third baseman, throws on to second base in time, throws on to first, a double play, as now Randy Wood is calling a foul ball. As Randy Wood is now calling, so what could have been a tailor-made 5-4-3 double play, Randy Wood was out there calling foul ball, saying the ball hit the batter while he was in the box. So instead of 2 outs, it is now no balls and 2 strikes. And oh my goodness, what a mess this has been. So 0-2 to Phillips. Grounded to the shortstop Shills. Fielded on a backhand, but he can just knock it down. So Phillips is aboard on an infield single. And back-to-back runners have reached. So what could have been 2 outs has been, oh, what a mess this game has been. Blue Devils still lead 3-1. Top half of the 6th inning. Huskies is now playing in on the grass. Randy Wood called Phillips, saying it was a foul ball, saying that the ball hit him in the box. Blue Devils thought they had a double play. So first and second, still nobody out. Squares around to bunt, pops it up, does Denton, and he pops it foul. So now Schmidt, the first baseman, well in on the grass. Jaquez about halfway. No balls and a strike on the batter, Denton, as he lines this one, or skies this one into the deep left field corner, and that'll get foul. So a huge pitch coming from Adam Behrens. No balls and 2 strikes on the designated hitter, Denton. Flom is the runner on second. Phillips is the runner on first. The 0-2 from Behrens. Curveball caught. Strike 3. Denton goes down looking, and a huge first out for Adam Behrens in a very interesting 6th inning to play it the Leets. So a big first out there. Smothers telling his outfielders to play back. No doubles. In steps Keegan Lugsum, who was singled and flied out to center as he golfs this one into right center, and that's going to get down. Flom around third. He's going to score. Here comes Phillips chugging home. So Keegan Lugsum with a 2-run double as we have ourselves a tie ball game at 3 here in the 6th inning.
Now batting the catcher, number 1, Britt Bernard.
So Lugsum doubles home a pair. As there is a courtesy runner, it'll be Allen taking over. Jeremy Allen taking over for Luxem at second base.
Jeremy Allen.
As we have ourselves a tie ball game here in the top half of the 6th inning. As the batter, Brick Bernard, squares and then pulls back. The count is 1 ball and no strikes. Schmidt playing well in on the grass head first base. The 1-0 squares around to bunt, gets it down third base side. Barons fields on a bare hand throw on to first base. As that ball gets away from Font, as his glove comes up, a run will come in to score. So this has gone from bad to worse, as the Huskies have taken a 4-3 lead. As Luxem scores on the bunt, Bernard is aboard with a single. As Clay Kovac and Clint Smothers are now coming out to the mound. And now Smothers will come out and chat with home plate umpire, checking about run lane interference. Kovac will go out to the mound for a mound visit, but he is also checking on his second baseman, Tony Font, who got his glove taken off at first base. So Smothers seems content with what he was told by Randy Wood. And what a mess this 6th inning has been. We go from not having an easy out to a double play negated by a ball hitting the batter in the box to a 2-run double followed by an RBI bunt single. As there will be a courtesy runner at first base for the batter Bernard. It'll be Brady Clare.
Now running for the Huskies at first base, number 2, Brady Clare.
So what a mess this 6th inning has turned out to be. Blue Devils came in here with a 3-1 lead. They now trail 4-3. As now Clay Kovac is talking to plate umpire Randy Wood. And now Hersey's parents are talking. As now Hersey's parents are now talking to Coach Clay Kovac. I wonder what Kovac's wondering. And now third base umpire Ed Halvey and plate umpire Randy Wood will conference, and Kovac seems content with what he sees, as Hersey is not having any of the coaching staff coming out to the umpires. So there is only 1 out. Runner on first. Blue Devils now down 4-3, top half of the 6th inning. Barron's first delivery misses for a ball. As that was pitch number 87. We'll probably get the bullpen up and throwing relatively shortly. The 1-0 grounded to the shortstop, past the diving Shills and into left field. So Claire is into second base as Groberski is in there with a single. First and second still 1 away. And now the coaching staff is conferencing about maybe who to throw next.
Batting at the top of the order, number 8, Connor Cave.
So in steps Connor Cave. He is 0 for 2 today with a hit by pitch. As Cave squares around to bunt, that one gets all the way to the backstop as nobody was covering home. So both runners advance to second and third, and what a mess this has turned out to be. So Camden Mino is going to come in and play left field for Tommy Beardman. The assumption is Beardman will go right to the pen.
Your attention, please. Defensive substitution for the Blue Devils in left field. Number 10, Camden Meno.
So Meno takes over for Beardman in left field. Beardman will now grab a baseball and go to the bullpen and start throwing. So now the Blue Devils down a run with 1 out, being forced to play their infield in. with second and thirds. As the 1-0 delivery misses, that was pitch number 90 for Barons. So 2 balls and no strikes on the leadoff man, Cave. The 2-0 from Barons, grounded to the third baseman, Jaquez. He looks the runner back, throws on to first base, but that ball takes Schmidt off the bag at first base as Jaquez just kind of babied that throw over to first base. So now the bases are loaded with only 1 away, and this inning just keeps getting progressively worse for the Blue Devils. So 2 balls and no strikes. First delivery to the batter, Hickey, misses upstairs for a ball. As Beardman starting to ramp up and throw. 1 ball, no strikes, the count on Hickey. Pops this one up, foul out of play. What looked to see as maybe a relatively stress-free game has all been turned upside down here in the top half of the 6th inning. The 1-1 curveball in there for a called strike. So Hickey down in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes, and a huge pitch upcoming from Barons. The 1-2, Barons working out of the stretch, kicks and fires, swing and a miss, strike 3. Hickey goes down swinging, a huge second out, and that will allow Chuck Meister to step in, but with 2 outs. Meister flew out to center field and has struck out swinging today. As the first one he sees is a fastball in there for a strike. So Barons laboring here in the top half of the 6th inning at 96 pitches. No balls in a strike, pitch 97. Curveball swung on in, miss for strike 2. Let's see if Barons can work the Houdini magic and get out of this one only down a run. 1 ball and 2 strikes, bases loaded, 2 outs. Kicks and fires. Grounded up the middle, fielded by Shills, but it's in and out of his glove. Oh my goodness, Shills couldn't field that one cleanly. So a run will come in to score because of it. As Shills boots that one, Huskies now lead 5-3. As Claire comes in to score, Groberski's into third, Cave into second. So we have finally batted around to the top of the order, we circled back as Flom, the leadoff man of this top half of the 6th inning, steps in. As his first delivery is in there for a called strike. Bases are still loaded with 2 outs. Nothing has gone right. Blue Devils have 5 errors defensively here today. No balls and a strike as Flom swings and misses. Is that high beach ball for a strike? So 0-2, and pitch number 100 from Adam Barons is coming up. The 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3, but not before the Huskies score 4 times. Blue Devils will need a comeback with 6 outs remaining. We'll head to the home half of the 6th inning. Blue Devils trail by 2. You're listening to Blue Devil Baseball right here on the Blue Devil Radio Network. Welcome back home, half of the sixth inning, and what a wild sixth inning we have had so far. Font, Schmidt, and Keldberg scheduled as Luxem's first delivery misses outside for a ball and an off-speed pitch. So 1 ball and no strikes. Luxem fires in again. There's a fastball for a called strike, and that was pitch number 90 for Luxem. As his first pitch misses downstairs for a ball. How's it going? 2 balls and 1 strike on the batter, Tony Font. The 2-1 misses downstairs for a ball. So the count is now 3-1, probably an automatic take situation for Font here. He had 3-1 in his last at bat, but popped up to the left fielder Flom. So Luxem will go to work. 3 balls and a strike on Font. The 3-1 in there for a called strike. So the count is now 3 balls and 2 strikes. The 3-2 to Font is lined into left center field. Flom is over, and he will make the catch. So Font is retired for out number 1.
Now batting the first baseman, number 5, Sam Schmidt.
So in steps Sam Schmidt. Blue Devils now down to their last 5 outs. As there's a curveball that misses low and outside for a ball. Blue Devils have lost all of their energy since they gave up a 4 spot in the top half of the 6th inning. As Schmidt pops this one foul. Third baseman Groberski giving chase, but that'll get out of play. So just need a base runner on just to apply a little bit of pressure here if you're the Blue Devils. The 1-1 from Luxem in there for a called strike. So Schmidt now down in the count. One ball and 2 strikes. The 1-2 misses upstairs for a ball. Two balls and 2 strikes. Schmidt flies this one into left field. Flom over, chasing his glove towards the line, and he will make the catch. So back-to-back flyouts to left field here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. And the Blue Devils are now down to their last 4 outs, and in steps Beck Keldberg, who delivered an RBI single his last time up. Blue Devils trying to be the comeback kids once again. As Keldberg lines this one into left field as Flom is over. He will make all 3 outs as a catch.
After 6 innings.
So Blue Devils will go to the 7th inning. Blue Devils trail by 2. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to the Blue Devil Radio Network. Top half of the 7th inning. Blue Devils trail by 2. 5-3 is our score. Tommy Beardman, the new hurler for the Blue Devils. So now Menno's day is technically over. As Coach Keith Stocker goes over the defensive substitutions with Randy Wood. So it'll be Phillips, Denton, and Lugsum due up for the Huskies as Beardman's first delivery is in there for a called strike. As Phillips fouls that one off. So no balls and 2 strikes. The 0-2, Beardman to Phillips. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Phillips goes down swinging. Beardman 1 batter and 1 out. So that'll bring up the designated hitter, Denton. So Beardman kicks and fires. Popped up on the infield. Kedberg heading back towards the screen, but that'll get all the way out of play. So no balls and a strike on Denton. The 0-1 curveball misses upstairs for a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike the count. One and one delivery, pop-up foul as Schmidt, the left fielder, gives chase. Out of play with Beardman coming into the game. Schmidt goes from first base to left field. Behrens goes from the mound to first base, and Beardman goes from left field to the mound. Grounded to the shortstop, Behrens, as I just talked about, as Behrens will just walk over and step on the bag, so that'll go 3 unassisted for 2 outs here in the top half of the 7th inning. As Keegan Lugsum steps in, he pops this one up. Foul territory, Behrens over, and he will make the catch. So 8 pitches only needed for Tommy Beardman and the Blue Devils. Blue Devils are down to their last 3 outs before they need 2 runs. They've done it multiple times before. Can they do it again? Don't change those dials. Nick Palazzolo with you. Blue Devils and Huskies, bottom half of the 7th, coming up right here on the Blue Devil Radio Network. Bottom half of the 7th inning, Blue Devils need to be the cardiac kids once again to force at least an 8th inning or to win this game. It'll be 8-9 in one due-up. It'll be Jaquez, Beardman, and Badgley. Jaquez and Beardman need to do their best to get this to the top of the order as Lugsum is still working. Pitch number 101 is in there for a called strike. As I mentioned, Blue Devils, against Grays Lake North when they came back all the way as that pitch misses downstairs. Against Grays Lake North, they had a players-only meeting in front of the dugout before the 7th inning. Bottom half of the 7th inning started. They did that once again. So we'll see if the Blue Devils have one more comeback in a win-or-go-home game. The 2-1 delivery in there for a called strike. 2 balls and 2 strikes on the batter, Jaquez. Lugsum gets ready to deal. The 2-2 popped up, straight back. The catcher, Bernard, goes back on it, but that'll get out of play. So 2 balls and 2 strikes on the third baseman, Jaquez. The 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Jaquez goes down swinging for the second time today. And Blue Devils now down to their final 2 outs here in the 7th inning and of the season. So in steps Tommy Beardman. He just needs to find a way to do a job to get the top of the order back up. As his first delivery he sees is in there for a called strike. That was pitch number 107. As Beardman gives this one a ride deep into left center. Cave and Flom go back on it. It'll be Flom, and Flom will make the catch. So that'll go F7 with 2 outs, and the Blue Devils are down to their last out of the season.
Number 8, Charlie Badgley.
So Blue Devils down to just their last out of the season. 5-3 our score. Huskies has scored 4 runs in the top half of the 6th inning to pull ahead in front of the Blue Devils. As Badgley's first pitch he sees, and pitch number 109 misses downstairs for a ball. The 1-0 delivery as Badgley gives this one a ride into center field. Cave back on it, and he will make the catch. So the Blue Devils will lose in the regional final. That'll conclude this ball game 5-3 as Hersey will go on to win the game. As lots of hugs are being shared amongst the Blue Devils, especially amongst all the seniors. There are 17 seniors on this varsity team. So Blue Devils will drop the regional final 5-3. And that'll do it for us. I just want to take the time to thank a lot of people. First of all, I want to thank Josh Pose for even making these broadcasts possible. I want to thank Mark Pose and Eric Franklin at Carmel Catholic High School for allowing me to use their equipment at their digital media department over there at Carmel. I want to thank Amy Lonegro and all of the athletic staff, and more importantly, I want to thank Clint Smothers, Keith Stocker, Clay Kovac, Dan Word, and all of the players for all of their help this season. This has truly been one of the best opportunities I've ever had in my life, and I just want to thank every one of them for that. I want to thank each and every one of you for watching. Every time somebody comes up to me and lets me know about a grandparent that's watching, whether they be in Michigan or in another state, that's why I do this. Sure, is this something I want to do in my future? Sure, but it's more about so the people who can't actually be here still have a way to consume the high school game. So for that, Warren will drop this one 5-3 They will fit. Their final record will be 27-8, as lots of parents are giving hugs to other parents, knowing this will be the last time they ever see each other and their children on the same team. So this is Nick Palazzolo signing off for one last time, saying so long, everybody, from the Almond campus. And as always, go Blue Devils.